Hello guys, what's up everyone? Thanks for tuning in to The Standpoint. I welcome you to The Standpoint. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. So I'm gonna introduce to you guys our today's topic. We are going to talk about time management. What is time, first of all, if I was to ask you? Yes, that's our today's topic. And in order to discuss about that, I have our guest. Today we have one guest, Bokim. How are you doing?
I'm very fine.
You're very fine?
Yes. What about you?
I'm also fine. I'm really doing great.
Okay.
Yes. Welcome to The Standpoint.
Thank you.
Yeah, and as usual, I'm with my co-host. Sorry, today I didn't start with you.
No, it's okay.
It's fine. You're also doing great?
Doing great.
That's good. So guys, what is time? You heard our today's topic. It's time management.
I think first of all, I would have maybe made a research about the one who invented the clock. But trying to define the time, I think is a unit, a unit that measure the process of life, like from the time that we born till the time that we die. So it's really hard to define the time. Maybe I can tell you that an hour is made by 20 minutes, that a minute is made by 60 seconds. I don't know, but like it's the units, the small inch that helps you to know at what point, at a certain point at which you are.
Bokim, what's your opinion about that?
So then, I think that my opinion is not far from his opinion. Then, I think that I would define time as a unit or tool that is used maybe to measure not distance.
Not distance.
I was about to use time again to define time. You see?
Maybe the moment I don't know if
between maybe it's a tool that is used to measure
how long you've done something.
Exactly. How long you've done something, or just
how long
moment between activities.
Moment between activities.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the simple definition of it.
Yeah.
So how our today's topic is time management. First of all, do you think as Burundians we actually manage our time? When you want to do something, do you think you schedule what you want to do? Like, I'm gonna wake up at 8 a.m. From 8 to 9 I'm gonna do this, from 10 to 12, I don't know. Do you think as Burundians we do that? Bokim.
So for me, first of all, I will say that we have that reputation of being late in everything.
Yeah.
So it means that
we don't know how
exactly. We
What
don't
is
know.
that?
We
What
as
is that
Burundians,
typical example?
according to Burundians or according
I'm always
to
late.
foreigners, they know that. Actually, I saw there was a comedy show last time. Someone mentioned on the flyer that we're gonna start at 6 p.m. Not Burundian time.
Wow! Oh my goodness!
Yes.
So we are that known
Exactly.
of being late to everything.
Yes, and it was very clear on the flyer that 6 p.m. not Burundian time. So it means that at some point, Burundians, according to many people around me, or just maybe in Burundi or abroad, Burundians do not know how to manage their time.
But don't you think when you have so many things to do, let's say that's where actually you think about scheduling.
Scheduling. Actually, when you say scheduling, it involves also time management.
Yeah.
Because when you are scheduling like your activities, you say maybe on this day, maybe on October or September on this day, at 4 p.m., at 7 a.m., I will do this and that.
No, now you can't schedule something you'll do in 2 months.
Yes,
really?
You can.
No, in 2 months, maybe like in October, I'll do this on this date at this time.
Exactly. Yes, you can do.
No, there's no way you can do that. That's too much now.
Well, I do agree with him.
Why? What's the
you know,
point of scheduling?
like-
Like, it's, you still have a long time.
You know, like before I get there, I'd like to say something about time management. So it's a kind of myth because nobody can manage time. Nobody. How can you manage time? Because we all have 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
We all have 7 days a week. We all
Yeah.
have 365 days in a year. So nobody can manage time. And like what we can do is that self-management. You can manage your priority. For example, when somebody tells you, I don't have time, what does he mean? He actually means that thing is not that important to him.
No, maybe the
No, that-
agenda is already full.
Yeah, sure, which means that thing that you're telling him is not that much important to
It's
him.
not that it's not important. Don't you think sometimes you can, you can have a lot on your plate that you actually
So-
do not even have time to go take lunch outside or even meet friends? That can happen. I mean, that doesn't mean it's not
Yeah,
important.
it's a matter of priority. So if your priority is just to, for example, to have fun with your friends on weekends, and I come tell you, do you know, Edna, I have a deal, let's go to do this, and maybe we can get, we can make some money out of that. For you can say, hey, I have already scheduled to have fun with my friends, so I think I can cancel it. Because you see, it's more important.
It's to make money.
You see?
Of course.
So then you can have time for it.
No,
Yes,
it
yes.
depends. Okay.
So now,
Do you agree? Me, I don't agree.
I have a question about that. So you mentioned something, self-management.
Self-management, yes.
Okay, I think that one should, I don't know if it's time management, that should be included in one of the option of self-management, or self-management should be included as one of the option of time management. Because whenever you will be managing yourself, okay, it involves some discipline and also
Yeah.
time. So for me, I think that time management, then I think that I do agree with you. Somehow, time management is part of self-management.
Yes, that's why you don't have to even to say, like once you have already managed yourself, you don't even have to manage your time. Because as I said, like everybody has the same time. That's common for everybody.
Yeah, but we don't use it the same way.
Yeah, that's why you can't even manage it,
that-
because like, for example, do you know that like we, as I was saying, we don't have any specific time like for ourselves. I mean, we all have the same time. Only what differs is the activities, the career, or the job, the duties, or I don't know, what you have to do in your life. So for you to be able to achieve your goals, to be able to achieve your ambition, to arrive to your ambition, I mean, it's about managing yourself. And once you manage yourself, time is always involved, it's in, as you're saying. So I think...
No. At that point, I'm not agreeing with you. Because I have a friend of mine, he's very wise, and he's older than me. For him, I think that self-management involves also some discipline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's a wise, I can say, man. Okay, he has discipline in everything.
He does.
Yes, he does. However, when it comes to time management, my brother, it's not easy for him.
He fails.
Yes. So the only bad thing with
We
him,
need to check about his wisdom. We need to check for sure.
So
I'm
we
telling
all
you.
have weaknesses.
Seriously.
I
Yes,
mean,
I think
Yeah, we
that-
all have weaknesses.
Yeah.
Then
yeah, maybe that's a weakness to
yeah,
him.
that's a
I mean,
weakness. So now,
it's a serious
what I was
weakness.
about to tell you is, there are some people who can hide like everything, and like in front of you, or just within your schedules, you can see that that guy is very organized. He's always on time. However, when you go like deep inside, like from his lifestyle, my brother, he's disorganized in everything. And there are some other people, they do not know how to keep their time very well. However, they have that self-management.
Yeah.
Apart from time.
They're organized.
Yeah, they're organized.
Their life
I
is-
can't.
I think that
Like,
It
we should,
happens.
you know,
Let's first of all
I also
So-
agree with him.
my other question is, how would you define self-management?
Yeah. How?
So, for me, to say that, as I told you, we all have priorities. Like, we all have, because, you know, you have to know, first of all, where you want to go. I mean, when you know your destination, then it's easy to get there. And also something else, it's up to you to know who you are. Then self-awareness of what you want to be and who you are. And once you know that, as you move slow by slow, then you'll be even discovering more. But for me to tell me that you are managing, you are not, I mean, on time or in time, that's, I will tell you, that thing didn't have any importance to your life. So I will tell you that, for me, wisdom is to be able to manage your time.
So you want to tell me that having discipline is also includes also like keeping time?
Keeping time, for sure. Keeping time.
For me, there's a book that is called the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Yeah.
So me, I haven't yet read it. However, I did a training on it because there's you can read it, and we have also some practical tools that helps you to be effective. So like I think that it was on the 4th page or 5th, I don't remember. They told us, whenever you want to manage yourself very well, you will need to know the difference between important and urgent.
Important and?
Urgent.
Urgent.
Okay.
Urgent.
Urgent.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
An emergency, yeah.
So, yeah. So now, when you know the difference between those two words, then you'll be able to manage yourself very well. Do you
Yeah,
agree with
okay.
me?
Yeah, I do.
Because something may be urgent but not important.
No, I don't agree. If something is important,
Yeah.
that means it's urgent.
No.
Okay, give me an example then.
Okay. So it's a little bit hard, but you know, sometimes that's why I say, you know, it's always to have like priorities.
Exactly. It's all about priorities.
It's about
So
priority.
okay, now give me an example of something that is
A priority but not important.
no, something that is urgent
However,
but not important.
By
I
the
mean,
way, when I say priority, I think a priority is something that is important, but a priority is not necessarily urgent.
It depends.
but it depends on circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah.
For example, okay, do I have to say it publicly? By the way, I don't have any rings.
You don't have any rank.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
are
now-
you trying to send some
you're
kind of
hiding
message?
you're hiding yourself. You want people to
Okay,
think
he
you're married. No.
No, he's
Okay,
not. He's not. I
maybe-
hope people have
maybe-
heard. Yes,
maybe.
he's not.
I'm not married. I'm not married. However, it's one of my priority.
You priority.
Get married.
Yes, to get married.
Do you have somebody already? I just
No,
kidding.
we don't have those questions.
Sorry.
Now we're going into something
It's okay.
else.
It's okay.
Anyways,
Maybe yes or no. I don't know. So now, it's a priority for me. However, is it urgent?
Is it urgent? Yeah, you got the difference now? Maybe.
Yeah, you get the difference? It's my priority. But for the moment, I
it's
cannot get married.
okay.
Because for some other reasons.
But I think.
Let me
for-
tell you. That's why I said something can be important in this time. Like something can be important today, but not tomorrow.
Aha. That's
Yes,
the
I-
wisdom.
Yes, that's what I
Then-
said. It depends on situations.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Or
that's why a priority is always an emergency. A
Important.
priority
A priority.
is always an emergency, not important, but an
Like
emergency.
how? Explain.
Yeah.
As you're saying, for example, you see, you wanna get married.
He's
It's
not
one of
very-
my priorities.
He's-
It's not your priority.
Yes.
It's not
but
your
it's not
but
an
it's
emergency.
important.
But it's not an emergency.
Yes, of
Exactly.
course, it's not an
It's not
emergency, of course,
emergency.
but
Yeah.
it's an important thing to do for him.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying a priority is always an emergency.
But
For
let me tell you something.
That's why I say, if I
Right
say
now-
my priorities are this, so I have to say, number one priority, this one, second one. You see? That's why I have to put them on a list.
Okay. So then, as you are listing all those things, that's when you can use then time management, according to me.
Okay.
You see? Okay, maybe you have different priorities. However, are those priorities like urgent, or are they emergencies?
It
That's
depends.
the thing.
I said it depends on
When
situations.
something is a
I wish you
priority.
Let me
I
tell
wish
you,
you could read
Boki,
that book.
you said
Yeah, I
you
know
said
the
getting
book.
married
Yeah.
for you right now is important. Okay, but is it important right now? Haven't
Yes,
you said
it's
like
important.
a time? Like, no, haven't you said like, you know, time, or maybe a year whereby you say, you know, this year, let's maybe say 2023. I don't know when you are, you know, when you want to get married, but I'm just giving an example. Maybe you said in 2023, I must, or 2023 January, I must get married.
Okay.
In that time, in January 2023, that will be an important thing, and actually even
an important
urgent.
thing.
No, it's already an
priority.
important
That
thing.
would be a priority.
A priority.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
And it
you-
should be an important thing.
Yeah.
Yes, but
it
right
will-
now-
Is it urgent? Is it urgent? I don't think
No,
so.
now
will
it's not
be
an urgent.
urgent.
Aha.
But now it's an important thing.
Anyways, let's come back to time management. We have gone outside of today's talk, but then you guys should tell me: is it maybe important to manage time? Do you think there's an importance to have that time management?
Because for me, as I told you, like, how can you manage time? Because, you know, no matter what you do, time will always roll away. You see? No matter what you do. So when you are able to manage your life, to manage yourself, to know what you want to do, and to know what you want to achieve in your life, where you want to get, so it's going to be easy for you even to manage your time. So because you have to set, these are my priorities. These are the important things that I have to put on my schedule first. And what most of us, I mean, most people fails to do is it's all about planning. And somebody said, you know, you better plan to fail rather than
Fail to plan.
fail to plan.
Yeah,
You
of
see?
course.
Because once you plan for something, at least you'll have a clear picture, or even, you know, a simple picture of what you want to do.
Yes.
And how you'll be doing that. But when you even fail to plan that, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be hard for you.
That means you don't know where you are heading. to.
Yeah, that's why I come back to what he has been saying. You know, it's always better to start the day when you have it already, like,
Planned out.
yeah, planned out. It's better to have even, you know, a week or a month.
No,
Once you have it, yes, even a year.
Let's plan daily.
Yeah, sure, for us that we are still, yeah, it's a process, of course. We
Yeah.
cannot, like, it's all about wisdom, and we don't have that level of such a wisdom. But
plan for weeks.
Yeah, for even a year. There are people can still plan their life for a whole year. But for us, it's even hard for an hour to plan for it.
Yeah.
But some of the things that maybe they you know, they push us away from, you know, time management, or time from self-management, because you know, now we are, you know, in the era of information, and people sometimes they don't even how to block out, you know, themselves of you know, the social media, the emails, and that's so hard for them. Then you find they are too busy doing some of the things that are not even in their you know, in their objectives. So it's really hard for them to.
So
be
for
able-
you, we can't manage time. We actually have to do self-management.
yeah,
right?
for me.
I was telling you about the 7 habits of highly effective people. The second habit is begin with an end in mind. Begin with the end in mind.
Yeah, sure. You see,
See? Begin with the
End in mind.
the book.
Exactly. And the third one is put first, things first. Put first, things first. It's a book that changed my life. That one. But me, I learned it. It was a course. Like it was like we learned it practically not by reading.
Yeah.
No, it was we had some practical tools. Yeah. So now, according to me, time management is a very one of my priorities.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if sometimes I fail, I'm a human. So now, sometimes I fail. However, I try my best to not fail again in time management, because it involves my credibility to people. For example, let me say I have a meeting with the president at 4 p.m. and then I come around 5 p.m.
I think people,
what will the president think about me? That guy is not serious.
I think people actually
prioritize.
Yeah, prioritize some stuff. Maybe I have an appointment with the president. Definitely, I'm gonna be on time.
Exactly.
But imagine if I have maybe an appointment with Patrick. Maybe because
that's a poor mindset.
Yeah, that's a poor mindset. Some people think that way, right?
However, it's a poor mindset. But according to me, I would say that if we wanna talk about like time management, we should first talk about how can you list your priorities, and then how can you schedule them according to how one is a bit measured, or I don't know. You see, I think that according to me, when I wake up, or just most of the times I do it on Sundays afternoon, I see, like, I can check my schedule, and maybe I have a meeting. I have like I don't know, many things, and I see, okay, among all those things, the priority one is this one. So maybe let me put it on Monday. Sometimes you may have like 2 important meetings or activities at the same time. However, if you plan it before, then you can say, hey, you know what, this one, let me put it on Friday, or let me put it on Friday 8 a.m., another one at 9 a.m. So according to me, time management, it's very important to me, because it also involves my reputation, my credibility to people within my neighborhood. Yes, so it's one of like my top
important
priorities. Exactly. So
yeah.
But
That's true. It's actually
true, but the problem is that, like, for example, me, I like sometimes when we have like parties, you know, I always try to keep time. But when you know that you're gonna be there and you find nobody,
yes,
so what you gonna do?
Because of that Burundian time.
Yeah, you see, they say Burundian. There's no Burundian time. We all have the same time.
We actually have to know how should we change.
Yeah, that's true.
That should be the question.
How should we change that?
Then how should we change to change that mindset?
That Burundian time.
There's a Burundian time.
There's no Burundian time.
That's East African time. Actually,
to start changing that, we need to avoid even saying that. There's no Burundian time. We all have the same time. So we have to change that mindset.
But I think that should change, and I would like to know how.
So now, to change that, I think that we should redefine our priorities. That's the first thing. And then we should also try to check within ourselves discipline. And also, it also involves something, communication. Because if you don't know how to communicate within your neighborhood or just your workplace, then we always fail to manage your time.
And to keep time.
Yeah. And then another thing, the last thing that I should say about time management is, let's talk about it. Like, if you have maybe someone can introduce time management skills or some time management talks.
Oh yeah, that's
please,
true.
Let's talk about it.
Some trainings.
Yeah, yes, training is okay. However, I think that time management is time management skills, they're kind of like natural. It's self-discipline. Okay.
I think there also will be some trainings to actually educate people.
Yeah.
on how they should keep time and the importance of it.
Exactly.
The importance of keeping time and, you know, to manage your time. I think that should be there, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that would remove that Burundian time that we have.
Maybe,
Yeah.
more or less. More or
Otherwise,
less.
yeah. Otherwise,
More or less.
we will end up by having a Burundian time, maybe minus 2 GMT or plus 3
Plus
GMT.
3
That's our
GMT.
Burundian time.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah.
That will never happen. That will never happen. Like as you're saying, we are not even sure that trainings will remove that
Exactly.
mindset.
Maybe it will
I mean,
at least, you know,
what,
reduce the fact that
no, like I will start with this. Maybe start with this. It was Mahatma Gandhi who said it. Be the change you wanna see. Let's start ourselves. You know, be the example, be the epitome of others, like of people who can absolutely manage themselves. You see, because like for you to be able to manage your time, it requires to be able even to know about your energies, because we don't function the same way.
yeah.
There are people who like function like steam engines, and there are others who function like jet engines. So for a steam engine, you know, it takes long. So you see, but for a jet engine, it boom, it goes right. It's so fast. So for example, you told us about, you know, your friend, a wise guy who, you know, is well organized. You know, everything in his life is okay. But when it comes to time, it's so hard for him, like to manage that.
I think that's just a weakness.
Yeah, of course, that's what I'm saying. If he knows about his energies, how he functions, for example, maybe he functions like a steam engine. It takes, for example, it takes a long time for him to be ready. For example, you know, like ladies, we know have sisters, mothers, you know, girlfriends. You know, when you have an appointment with her, you know that you have to wait for a whole hour waiting for her to put her makeup. You know, she has to, you know, to beautify herself. So and she gets ready. So once she knows that takes long for her, maybe she start preparing herself, you know, maybe, you know, earlier than that. So it's all about knowing ourselves. So that's why I for example, I can apply this SWOT analysis. We do that in businesses. You know, it's always good to know what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are my opportunities, and what are my threats.
Exactly.
So when you know that, then it's even gonna be easy for you to to manage yourself. And when you manage yourself, you manage your time.
Now you have to know how to yeah.
So now let me add something.
Yeah.
From just you just mentioned like SWOT analysis.
Yeah.
So now there is I learned some of the time management skills within the yearly trainings. So she was mentioning trainings. They can be somehow effective or not. However, they will raise the awareness.
Yeah, the awareness.
Yeah,
sure.
the importance of time management.
Yeah.
So I learned it was in yearly trainings. By the way, applications of yearly Mandela Washington Fellowship, they are open. If anyone is watching, or just if he's willing to know how to manage his time very well, he should apply for yearly trainings. So within that SWOT analysis, from there you can know your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And your strength.
And the strength
Yeah,
at the same time. Then from there you can level up yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's why, even though they apply that analysis, the approach in businesses, I better apply in personal development. So
Anyway, I think it's a discipline that starts by oneself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Starts by
However,
yourself.
it will, even if it may not be effective. However, it will raise
Awareness.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And
So,
you
guys,
talked about something very important. You know, when we don't care about our time, the way we use that. There are people who spend time, and there are others who use their time.
yeah,
You
those are
see?
two different things.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah,
guys,
then-
I'm gonna thank you for being here with me. Thank you, Bokim, for honoring my invite here.
Yes, it was a pleasure. Thank you too.
A pleasure shared. Thank you also, Patrick,
Yeah.
for co-hosting with me.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Thank you guys who are watching us. I hope you learned something. We should remove that Burundian time and start managing our time. So stay tuned for the next one. Bye bye.